What's happening, team? Um, I'm having a little snack and thought I would stop by, share some good news, talk a little bit about some more perspective shifts, and yeah, also just it's a brand new T-shirt. So logo, really excited how it turned out. These are just some samples that I got from a website online and hoping to work with a local designer here in Atlanta for more of these. But like, that's I like it. It's really cool. It's really weird. Like, oh, that's mine. But I don't know. I'm really excited about it. But for those of you wondering what I'm eating, this is Greek yogurt. I have both if you're familiar with Trader Joe's, I've got a plain Greek yogurt and then their honey, like low fat yogurt. Mix those together. And then some granola and dark chocolate covered raisins, because why wouldn't you? But no, I really wanted to come in and talk about one of my friends who we've known of each other for a very long time, but like most recently have gotten a lot closer, and I am so happy for them. They just got the opportunity that 99% of actors in Atlanta would kill for, and they deserve it. And I am so flippin' happy for them. And like, am I jealous? Yeah, I am. Like, what a cool flippin' opportunity. But why would I be like, why wouldn't I root for them? Why wouldn't I celebrate that? I have in the position I'm in as a performance coach and health and fitness coach. I get, especially to the actors in the Atlanta community, I get to hear, some whisperings of exciting things that people have coming up. And like, sure, I have every opportunity to be jealous, to be callous, to be upset. Like, what about me? Where's my chance? Where's my opportunity? All of the things under the sun. Or I could be happy that my friends got an amazing opportunity, and I would want them to be happy for me. I want them to be happy for me when I get my opportunity, not if, but when. And some of the people I have been able to train or cross paths with are absolutely blowing up right now, and I'm so happy for them, because if they can do it, then the rest of us can. If they can do it, I know I can too. It's Harry Potter number 5. If they can do it, why not us? Harry says that when he's training Dumbledore's army. I want to be happy for people. I want to. Oh, do I have something on my face? Do I hit? You didn't let me know. Nobody's here, but like, and yogurt. I mean, it's delicious, but I didn't need it on my face. I want to have it anyway. Yeah, like I wouldn't want to be upset for someone else deserving. And the best part about it, they are a good flippin' person. They work really hard. Like, they deserve this. They've earned it. What do I have to be upset about? Also, I wouldn't have fit these specs, so it's like, of course I'm going to be happy. Another client was the lead of a movie. I don't fit those specs. Like, of course I'm going to be happy for them. And I think that a lot of times people don't realize, like, competition isn't the goal. Like, community is the goal. Build a community, have a network, have people that you trust and that, are going to have your back. And I'm so thankful that I have been able to take my former and current network of like Atlanta actors, and now I have them as people who want me as their coach, as their trainer. And for me, it's personal training. It's personal. I have written handwritten notes to many of these people based on things that like I know about them, and like things that, because how many people have you written a handwritten note for? Like, let's be real. Like a actual, like, sentimental, like, I care about you, like, you're doing so well and wonderful, and I love these qualities about you, and I'm so thankful for you being out. like there are very few people that you've probably written those notes to, but like I've been able to really express deep gratitude and appreciation for these people because they are putting their health in my hands. You know, you go to the doctor after you get sick or for your annual checkup. You go to the chiropractor, the physical therapist, the specialist XYZ after something has happened. But who do you go to before that happens? Well, hopefully it's a coach of some kind. Sometimes you will see a personal trainer like after the physical therapist or after the chiropractor or after the doctor because they then recommend you to said coach or trainer. But rather than like reacting to everything, why not be proactive about it? Why not save, thousands of dollars here by spending hundreds of dollars here? Because this doing the preventative stuff, like we don't book a job in acting and then we go to class. No, we go to class to then book a job. And, with personal training, like I'm doing all of this stuff here so that I'm able to do all of this stuff over here. It doesn't work the other way. Chris Pratt, the story to my understanding, so if I have something inaccurate here, please comment below. But the story to my understanding was that when they were looking for the Guardians of the Galaxy lead, Star-Lord, that this was still when he was, Andy Dwyer of Parks and Rec fame, where he was heavier. And they're like, well, I mean, you're great for this role, but you just don't look the part for us. And earlier on in his career, he had been very fit. I think it was like 2001, 2002. He had a picture from them, and he's like, hey, here's this picture. If I can get to this in 3 months, I mean, will you cast me? And they're like, well, I mean, yeah. And then he put in the work and got there. And sure enough, now he is Star-Lord, of Marvel fame, Guardians of the Galaxy, and, the Marvel Universe fame. And, but he put in the work before, even then, he still had to put in the work to get the role. But we're not all Chris Pratt. Like we don't have like the notoriety of like, hey, I've already done all of this stuff and I'm exactly what you're looking for. I just need to do this thing. Not how it really works, especially like when you're rising up in the Atlanta, or at least in my community, in my experience, but as you're rising up in the film and TV world, like, no, you gotta have a boundary, a library of work to show like, no, I've done this stuff. You don't get to all of a sudden, hey, now I'm at this level. Ooh, I'm going to pick and choose what I want to do. We just aren't there yet, or at least the people in my circle just aren't there yet. But the key word is yet. And as one of us starts to have success, then it's like, ooh, we're 1 degree of separation away from it. It's no longer 6 degrees. It's no longer, well, I know a friend who knows a friend who knew a friend who knows John Lasseter, of Pixar fame. Like, oh, okay, well then, I'm so close. It's like, no, that's not how that works. It's not how that works. But now I have several clients who are, I'm so happy for them. Like, it's that close. It's that close for me. It's that close for you. It's that close for, Susan. Susan, that's her name, Susan. I just improv. That was bad. But I say all that to encourage and to motivate people. Like we're not here to compete. I mean, you're not competing the amount of push-ups you do against somebody else. I mean, sometimes that's a great way to motivate yourself. Like, oh man, they can do 20 push-ups. Dang, like, but maybe I could do that. Well, if they can do that, then I can do it. That's more inspiring. It's not, well, Jeremy can do 20 push-ups, and I hate that guy, so I'm going to do 22 push-ups just to prove it to him. Well, I mean, if that's what works for you, great. I mean, it might be better once you have the 22 push-ups, then compete against yourself. Set a new goal. Do a new thing. Like, as we start making progress, like, I'm not comparing my squat to another person. Now, if I'm a power lifter, if I'm competing in something, then that's a little different, because if it is a profession or is a sport, then yes, competition matters. But my buddy is now and he's a good friend of mine. We auditioned for the same role. Our auditions were incredibly similar. He got it and I didn't. Okay. Well, I know he's a great actor. I know that I would deserve to be in the room with him. The room, we did self-tapes. I knew that I deserved to be right there with him. He's earned it, deserves it, and works his butt off. And now his one episode is turning into more. And it's like, why would I be mad about that? Like, that's so cool. And we're just different types. Like, we're similar, but we're not the same. You and I can say the same things. You and I can do the same amount of push-ups. You and I can eat the same foods. But the body or life is going to respond differently. It just is. And that's not a bad thing. It's just putting you down your journey, down your path. I saw this really, really wonderful graphic the other day of like, it starts over here and there's like all of these different lines in these paths that you could have gone down, right? All of these different like interweaving things, and it comes in, and then right in the middle, where you are now. And then it explodes and branches off into all these other paths you could go down. And I think that's absolutely fascinating. And that's why like the butterfly effect is such a fascinating concept. Because like, yeah, what if you did go back and, you know, the flap of a butterfly's wings could cause a tsunami, you know, in this part of the world, or however that saying goes. But like, one thing way back here can affect one thing way over here. But what if we thought of that like in everyday life? What if the one thing I'm doing right now could affect me, you know, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? So in 2017, I was on availability check, which means like you're basically in the top 2 or 3 picks, or I had a director's session with the director, the writer, producer, or I was pinned for a role, which means I don't really understand it. It doesn't really make sense. And it's not like, basically they say that they want you, but they haven't given you the job, which is very confusing. But anyhow, but in 2017 for those 3 things for 15 different roles, that could have been a very different year for me. I would be at a very different place in my career, in my life right now, because I started my personal training business in 2018, right at the beginning. I didn't book a single one of those shows. There was one that I ended up turning down because they tried to they tried to strong arm me. There was some information that should have, based on union rules, been presented at the very beginning of the audition process, which they did not, nor did they tell me during the casting process, during the audition. And I asked to speak to production. They said, no, you either take the role or, you know, we'll find somebody else. And it's like, nobody deserves that. So I can't wait till when I have my own production studio and I do things the right way. But all that to say, that was could have been a very big year for my acting career. And it wasn't. Like, I was up for I, Tonya, American Authors. Man, what were some other ones in there? It's been 4 years. Like, I don't remember. And how cool is it that like that yes, that impacted my life, but I hardly ever think about it, which is really nice because like now I have my own thing to think about. I have my people to think about. And, you know, it's really personal to me. And so when my people succeed, like that's personal to me because like I am so happy for them. And it can be real easy to like get jaded and jealous and like, yeah, but what about me? What about my auditions? Why am I not auditioning for these things? Why am I not getting presented for them? Why am I not getting put? And it's like, okay. Well, that's a lot of bitterness and resentment on my end. It's a lot of complaining that doesn't really go anywhere. I have not been in communication with my agents the way that, if I am upset about those things, that I should be, really. And I really like where I'm at right now. I like being able to pick and choose the things that I'm even auditioning for. Now, I'm not at the level where I'm like, hey, I'm going to pick this role and that role. Like, that's not how it works. I'm not even close to that. Like, nor do I think I ever will be until I'm making the projects. But right now, it's one of those where it's like, seems like a fun audition. I would have a good time. It's not going to cause added stress. Okay, cool, I'll do it. But if it's not one of those three, and honestly now, like before I used to audition for everything under the sun, but now it's like, I just don't care. Like, I don't want to be a part of that, or I don't feel like I'm a good fit for that, or honestly, that I would rather get my sleep than stay up for another 2 hours getting this audition in and then compromising my health the next day, or even in that moment. Because it's not worth it. And I think that especially like right now, whenever this airs, but like right now there's a lot of talks going on with IATSE, a majority of the crew union. Oh, hi, Gravy. Gravy's playing with my feet. They're looking at striking, but half of the things, or some of the things that they wanted to, come to terms with. Hey buddy, no, please don't. Hey, stop, buddy, Grave, sorry about that. Did that just tilt? Bud, hey, stop, thank you. Sorry, I think I'm in a different frame now. I feel like it lowered down. Anyway, it works. Oh, he's zooming. And the things that they were fighting for doesn't sound like it's going to happen unless they vote against it, which I strongly believe that they should. A 10-hour turnaround time between shoot days is just unacceptable. And, you need at least 12 hours, and you need to put a cap on filming on how many hours each day you can shoot. Like that, like your health matters more than these paychecks, than these movies, than these projects, because people are literally losing their lives over these things. And then the tragedy that just happened with the Rust film with Alec Baldwin. It's so heartbreaking, and my condolences to the family who lost their mom, their person, because of an avoidable incident. And so for me, when I look at auditions, when I look at my mental health, when I look at other people succeeding, like, my time is coming, but I have to keep putting in the work. I have to keep doing the things. I have to keep myself healthy, because the minute I stop caring about me, the minute I don't fill my cup up, I've done that before. I have given everything, and it still wasn't enough. And, givers need to know their limits. Takers don't have any. And, being able to set boundaries with people, being able to provide not a give and take relationship, but a giving and receiving relationship with whomever, whether that's a client, whether that's, there was a client that I had a conversation with who, they were throughout the day. So I had part of the nutrition coaching that I do is I just have my clients send me pictures of their food. I have weighed my food for the 1,409 days. I can look at food now and just be like, that's about X amount of calories. It's not a superpower, but sadly it's my cross to bear. But they would just send me pictures incessantly throughout the day. And they had even said, hey, I'm going to like I snack a lot, so I'm probably going to be texting you like all day long. And it was to a point where I was like, hey, could you do me a favor and just, could you batch all of these at the end of the day? Like, take your photos. I think you're doing a great job. I don't think we need the, minute by minute, play by play. because that's definitely not what I want from anyone. And it's one of those, okay, so like, let's have a giving and receiving relationship where I can continue to help you, you can help me, and then we just create a further trust and bond. And they were fine with it, and it's been great. They haven't had a problem. They have more energy. They're sleeping well. And yeah. So any personal trainers or coaches out there, like, you got to make this stuff personal. Like, when your people win, you're winning. Care about their lives. Care about their families. Care about their dogs, their careers. That, like, I wish that others knew how much I cared, because I know what it's like to not be cared about or cared for. And that's not a woe is me or pity party or anything like that. It's just like, no, I know what that feeling is, and I don't want people to feel that way. And you got to have your people in your corner. Like, you can't do it alone. And some people try, and it's like, hey, okay, but the world's going to find you out one day. It's just going to happen. And, wish you the best. Figure out you, and good luck. But I know I need help. I know I need support. I know I need a community. And that's why I'm working so hard at building one. That's why I'm going out and trying to make the right connections, be around the right people, be the right person. Because I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Like, I've got less than 300 YouTube followers or whatever, but also I don't feel like I've been putting out that good of content. Certainly not anything viral worthy. But ooh, I gotta see. Ooh, that was a face. Ooh, if we could screen grab that and that's the caption, that would be hilarious. Or the thumbnail. Oh, that'd be hilarious. But yeah, like, you can't do it alone. And especially for someone who has struggled so much with their mental health, like, man, if I didn't have my people in my corner, because some of us, when we're struggling, we shut down and we don't reach out for help, or we put it all on someone else, whether they're able or not able to help, or we are unable to communicate our needs and wants, or we are communicating in a not so efficient way or effective way. And in this day and age, like, we see other people succeeding as like, oh, well, of course it's them, it's that person, but they probably are saying the same thing maybe about you or about somebody else. And Amazon, like, people want to lose 20 pounds in 2 days. People want to book series regular roles in 2 days. People want to find love and get married in 2 days. This isn't Amazon Prime. None of that shit's going to happen in 2 days. Lower your expectations. Be more patient. That's destination happiness. Like, you have to embrace the journey. And the journey sucks sometimes. Sorry, not sorry. Like, I mean, I'm very sorry for some of the journeys that, like, it sucks. I got to share with 2 friends of mine today a little bit about my journey, and it was like, wow, I hate that. And they were very remorseful hearing me share that. But it is my truth. It is my journey. And does it suck? Yeah, it does. There are a lot of things that I wish I still had or could have be different in my past, in my memory, whatever it is. But then I look at, okay, but I wouldn't be where I am right now making this video had I booked all of those, or half of those, or some of those movies and TV shows back in 2017. I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. I wouldn't care so much about my personal training. Maybe I would. Maybe I'd be in a very different spot, but I wouldn't have been working on it for the last 3.5 years. This morning, I sent out an email to 48 clients. 48 clients. How cool is that? Oh my gosh, like, I'm so flattered by that. And, who's to say what's next? Like, I don't know. I'm working on the mental health masterclass videos this coming week, and I'm so excited for that. I'm reaching out to more therapists in the Atlanta area because I want to be able to meet them and know them in person so that I can vet them myself and see if they would be a good fit for me or if I would be a good fit for them. My company and the Bucking Fit Life would be a good fit because I care so much. And that gets me into trouble a lot because I almost care too much. And people will question that. People will doubt that. But I don't know how not to. Even for the people who have done me wrong or treated me wrong, like, don't get me wrong, like, I don't have those people in my life and I don't keep them around. It's like, yeah, I still want you to eat. You're just not going to eat at my table. I think Tupac said that. And, I'm building my own damn table. I've built my own damn table. And if you're bringing something to the table, let's eat together. It's not competition, it's community. So for my client who I can't share anything about what's happening, I am so, so happy for you. You deserve it, and every good thing that comes from it. Yeah. So, team, this has been nice. I haven't eaten like any of this. This is probably soggy granola now. It's a little soggy. That was too bad. Not very cold yogurt anymore either. For anyone who's bothered by me trying to speak while chewing, I totally get that. So my bad. But yeah. Cheer for your people. Cheer for those around you, because you wouldn't want someone booing you when you win. And if those are the people in your corner, find a new flipping corner. Get a new circle. Those are not the people you want to have. And maybe you do. Maybe that's what spurs you forward. But yeah, I don't want those people around me. So I will not have those people around me. Because I've had people who cheer for me who are even more fake. I would rather someone boo for me than cheer for me negatively, or cheer for me and be fake about it, and be fake to everybody else and fake to themselves and inauthentic. So keep doing you, be you, cheer for your buddies. So awesome. And yeah, just do good. Be like Superman. Do good. Do good in the world. We need it now more than ever. All right, team, I'm going to finish my soggy granola. Hey, yeah, we got to get that sneeze as the caption, or as the whatever. Hopefully my team can put that together, because that was funny. But, all right, doses.